You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So pardon this reclined posture I'm in right now. I'm actually in the midst of doing the September Alchemy Scopes, and I'm quite fatigued, and I need to record this intro for you. So I thought, well, I might as well just do it right now. So hopefully you'll be okay with me reclining and speaking to you. Listen, there's a lot going on. As if you've been following me, you know, it's all coming. Everybody's talking about it now too. So people are clued in, you're feeling it, right? And a lot of my clients are diving. So through the narratives, their wound stories that they hold, that's part of their encoded soul print, their narrative here to mature, grow, expand, and move through in this life. But actually, you doing it is actually for the collective, right? So when we heal the whole inherently, instantaneously. That's just how it works. But a lot of people are now diving, so they're confronting. They've healed. They've done a lot of healing, and they're now diving into their bigger story. And it's the beginning. It really is like, walking on new legs for a lot of us, right? So there's a lot going on. And the reason why I wanted to say that is because, listen, for this month, many of the signs, spreads that came up are talking about further discernment that's going on. So for a lot of people out there, a lot of demographics, because again, we're tuning into the demographics, right, of these different signs, which have different energy sets, different broad storylines that they're evolving, maturing, walking, right? The deal is that this month, spread after spread, was revealing that indeed this month of September, and again, we're in eclipse season. So for those of you who follow any astrology whatsoever, you know that we're in eclipse season now, and September is imbued with the eclipse energy, which is powerful, it's potent, it's change making, it's new potential being activated, right? Now, many of the sign spreads this month did in fact come up that were, there's stuff coming up, but it's different. It's different than in previous months because it's like there's a new layer of the veil being removed. There's new crumbling happening. There's a new level of illusion of our life, of our beliefs around our life that's melting away, that's dissolving, that's cracking, that's breaking. It's being disrupted. And that disruption is creating clarity. That's what it's all for. So anything that is not held in integrity, it's a bit like the Tower card in the tarot, but I'm not saying that everybody's going to be living through the Tower. In fact, a lot of people are going to be living in a new state of empowerment and self-love and self-respect and self-dignity and resolution to walk your path. So this is not a negative month, but for those of you out there that are maybe just starting your spiritual journey and have not been walking the path for many years, you're going to have some crumbling going on. For those of you that have been walking the path and that are familiar with what's going on and you've been really feeling into the transmutation of your soul, of yourself, the frequency shift that's been activated going on for you for years now, this is just going to be another level of your clarity, of your alignment. So there's big alignment this month, everybody, okay? So breathe, connect with nature, connect with your body, turn off technology, love yourself radically. Reach out to me. If you are ready to become clear on your soul print, reach out to me. I will tell you that I am very excited because I am going to be launching a course, Learn Your Soul Print course, that's going to be very affordable. I've been really called to make this thing very participatory, so people are very key to the identification of their own soul print narratives. But I'm going to walk you through it in video, in a video course format, and then there's going to be live sessions available for you. So I'm thrilled. Look, in fact, what I would say to you is, if you're interested in this right now, number one, you want to subscribe to the channel. Number two, subscribe to my free e-newsletter on my website as well, because I'm going to send out an announcement when it launches there. And my website is thealchemyofholism.com. Okay, so let's move on to the reading. Let's move on to the Alchemy Scope, the multi-point Alchemy Scope this month, and we'll see what's coming up. Okay, talk to you soon. Everyone, this is a powerful month ahead for several reasons. One is, let's take a look at the new moon cycle. So as I always do, the Alchemy Scopes are always working with nature's cycles, and I'm always tapping into the narrative, the symbology. What is the storyline that is imbuing the underpinning energies of this month ahead? Now, our new moon in Virgo this month is happening actually on the first day of the month. So September 1st, 2016, at 9 degrees, 21 minutes Virgo is our new moon. Now, new moons are always powerful because it's a seeding time. It's a time to plant seeds for what you want to make manifest. This particular new moon is also a solar eclipse, so it's extra potent. It's very powerful, and it will eclipse things out of your life. So as you plant new seeds for yourself, the things that are not serving those new seeds to come will be eclipsed out. So let's take a look at the symbology. Very, very powerful, everybody. At this 9 degree, 21 minute point, the Sabian symbol is two heads looking out and beyond the shadows. Now, Dane Rudyard writes this about this particular symbol. He says, the growth of true understanding, born out of the transcendence of duality, even while immersed in the world of duality. And we can feel into that very easily. So if you imagine two heads looking out and beyond the shadows, this is clarity. This is the ability to see. It's ability to see here and there, both. So this month, as Mercury goes retrograde, the entirety essentially of this month, or the majority of September, here we are met and supported with this symbol. Indeed, this is a month of clarity, of deep clarity, of seeing the spiritual realities despite our context. So even though we're dealing with the minutia of daily life and this physical reality that we're all trudging through, there is a clarity at hand. You're able to see clearly your own life, the patterns deeper under the layers of your own life, and that of the outside world, quote unquote, outside world. Okay, so very powerful month. And again, Mercury is retrograde. So that again speaks to the mind now is going through a process of inner reflection. And indeed, it's about recalibration. So this month, for all of us, this is a storyline about recalibrating our mind's stories. Aquarius, welcome to your spread and channeled art. So this is what's called a Buddha board. I'm painting here with water. And before I turned on the camera, I kind of tuned into the initial form that wanted to come. And you can see here there's a horizontal line, a vertical line, and now there's like a bit of a platform or a thicker base that's coming into being here. We'll see what else is coming. So this is a spiraled formation. So from the top to the base, there's a bit of a Kundalini energy flow there, right? So let's, I've already shuffled the cards and cut them. Let's pull them. You received energy system in the spiritual sector, support in the base. adventure in the emotional sector, improve in the mental sector, and querent in the middle. Querent is you. Communication of energy system is coming up in the spiritual sector. No attention, no focus to the adventure and insisting upon that. So we'll talk about that in a second. And querent feeling. So the central theme, the main event, circumstance, or situation for the Aquarian demographic. So if we're tapping into this collective energy of the Aquarian demographic, what is your unfolding, spiraling story? It has to do with you tapping into feelings this month. And it has to do with feeling supported. This is a very positive spread. Let's start with the foundation. So you can see there the lioness holding the cub. And that is talking about feeling supported. So right now I'm filling in the artwork because it starts to fade. The water fades quickly, yeah? So we'll talk about the art as it applies to this reading in a second. So if we look over at the right side, everybody, there's the energy system communications section there. There's a lot of energy behind your communications. And I think that this month, a lot of you are actually going to be feeling a lot of communication from spirit coming into play. So you're going to be feeling communication from your higher self, and you're going to feel a very deep, profound power behind what you're communicating. That's what I'm getting for you. There's a lot of power and surge energy behind your communications this month. At the base, again, the support card. So you're feeling supported in a very 3D material reality way. You feel maybe that you have networks in place, friends in place, etc., right? In the emotional sector, it's interesting. So you receive the adventure card, the no focus, no attention card, and insisting. I mean, adventure is talking about a new opportunity, a new journey to take, a new path to take, perhaps. Something adventurous. You might be feeling that something adventurous is calling. It also might be talking just about your feeling, because feeling and emotion came up in the center part of the reading for you. That's talking about the main theme. And because adventure is coming up in the emotional sector, it might mean that this month there are stronger communications going on, meaning they're emotionally founded, they're emotionally fueled, and you might be emoting in a more powerful way this month, when typically you might hold back or be more restrained. But it's interesting because you have this adventure, so emotional adventurousness is coming up, but there's no focus on insisting. So what I want to tell you there is that it's almost like you're letting go of the need to prove yourself. That's what I'm getting. It's almost like you're feeling supported. So you don't need to prove yourself to anybody else to glean their support. Your mind is improving, Aquarius. I mean, up at the top is the mental sector. This is your mind. And the improve card is coming up. There's clarity at hand for you. So clearer mind, clearer thoughts, clearer self-accountability for your own thoughts, your own narratives, your own perspective, your own stories that are fueling your own perspective. So there's an improved way of being with yourself, I want to say, and your mind this month. This is beautiful. So feelings and mind feelings are activated and your mind is improving, and thus you feel more supported and you don't feel a need to prove yourself. That's really what I want to say. That's going to apply to some of you out there, definitely. Those of you that are very awake are going to understand what this is talking about. So let's talk about the artwork. So it really, it's interesting because it almost looked like a hangman's noose or a hangman's platform. There was the horizontal line at the top, the vertical line down to the bottom, and then this kind of thick platform at the base. But then there was Kundalini energy, that really did look like a spiraled snake going up that vertical spine. So it's almost like there is movement from that thickness of the platform, which, by the way, is short. It's not wide. The top is wide. That top horizontal line is thin and broad. Yeah? The base is thick and stubby, and it's narrow. So it's almost like it's a more dogmatic, rigid way of being. And if you noticed, it's hard to see here because the image has faded, but that spiral that went down from the top to that little stubby platform connected to it. So I want to say if you reverse that spiral, it spirals up from, let's say, a narrow way of thinking, a more rigid or dogmatic way of being, more fixed, and it spirals up to be more expanded at the top to a thinner and broader way of seeing, a thinner and broader way of perceiving, a more holistic view as well, because if you're up at the top, you can see down, you can see further. That's the improved mind, Aquarius. This is very good. So let's take a look now at the I Ching. So I pulled the I Ching to pull up kind of the underpinning narrative, the underpinning storyline underneath your specific event, circumstance, or situation. So what is the microcycle for Aquarius? The macrocycle for the Sabian symbology is for all of us. The microcycle I Ching is the energy that's underpinning your specific event. For Aquarius, you received 2 hexagrams. The first one that came with changing lines was number 14, affluence, and it became number 1, creative power. This is very, very good, Aquarius. I mean, this is talking about success. 14, affluence, is talking about success. It's talking about flow, abundance, money. You know, this could be money too for some of you. But I really get that this is success in regards to your creative power. Again, the Kundalini snake is coming up here for me, for you, for the image. And then in the card section, energy communication. This is again about strong communications are at hand for you. Indeed, with success and creative power, which really is about core vitality. It is about creative life force. Number 1, creative power is creative life force. It's life force energy. And you're feeling successful with your energy. And it's evoking this kind of experience of being supported by spirit, by people, by networks, by family, friends, etc. Very beautiful, that. If we look at your Dakini, who are you to become to ride this wave of this month for you that does look quite powerful? You are to become number 32, liquida. Now, Capricorn also received liquida. So if you're an Aquarius that also has strong Capricorn influences in your natal chart, you'll really want to attend to the number 32 liquida. Liquida is water. So who are you to become this month? Water. What is water? Emotions. So you are to access your emotions. You are to go with the flow of your natural emotional body, your natural emotional level of self. It's very good. It's very, very linked with all that's going on for you here. You know, there is kind of an interesting side note is that the artwork, you know, this is a Buddha board and I paint with water. So it drips. It doesn't drip all the time, but it drips often. But off of your upper platform, the upper horizontal line that came up, of course, water started to drip from that and it dripped back down to the earth. So water is feeding back. It's a feedback loop. So your broader perspective is feeding water back to the earth where more can grow. Your emotionality, you're being liquida, you're being water, you're going with the flow and allowing yourself to emote is going to evoke a feedback loop, and it is going to evoke support. Very interesting process for you, dear ones. I'm wishing you a beautiful month. Let's move on to the final section here. Hey everyone. So before I sign off for this month, I wanted to alert all of you that haven't seen my previous advertisement video that I have some offerings on the table, some tools to help clarify what's happening for you, for your soul journey over the course of this very dynamic period. So for the fall 2016, there's an offering for me to provide you a video tapping into your particular soul journey and what's unfolding for you. And there's also, I'm putting on the table now way in advance of 2017. But for those interested in tapping into their 2017 cycle, that is also on the table now. And I will tell you that what I didn't put in the other video is right now it's at a discounted rate because it's before 2017. But once 2017 hits, or even maybe even at the end of December, I don't know when I'll do it, but the price will go up. But you have many months. But I will say, for anybody now who's interested, that's on offer. And then for anybody interested in tapping into both 2016 fall and the 2017 year for them, for what's unfolding, for what is the narrative and what's the growth edge? What is it that's pulling you into a new state of being over the course of this time frame in human history? Both, there's a special deal for both of those. Okay, so again, these are videos from me, personalized videos from me for you to help clarify what's going on in your storyline. So if you're interested in that, the link will be somehow here on the video, and the link will always be in the description below this video as well. Okay, so everybody, I'm wishing you a very empowering, self-loving, self-aligning month of September 2016. I'll see you soon. Bye.